So in that case, that's totally fine. Maybe quickly introduce yourself, Rinos, and we'll do the same then, because you're new here to the group. Tell us what you're working, who you work for, what you're doing with RLlib, just in a nutshell.
Sure. So hi, my name is Jonas Savnidis. I'm an incoming PhD student to the Sakara lab at Carnegie Mellon, and I work on kind of the intersections of multi-agent reinforcement learning and interpretability. So essentially, I'm trying to develop algorithms that are both performant and interpretable to humans, in addition, that people can interact with them, essentially. So yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Cool. Also, we have Simon here. Maybe Simon, you want to do the same for like just in a nutshell?
I think most people I think know me already, but Renos might be new. Say I already made my PhD. My name is Simon Zender. I'm from Germany, as Sven is and Arthur is, and I'm using RLlib for actually work. And there I'm working right now with a customer that is in the area of trading and to develop agents that intelligently trade on many shares.
Awesome. Just also myself, I'm Sven. I'm the team lead of the reinforcement learning team at Anyscale. Anyscale is the company behind the Ray open source system. And inside this Ray repository, you have several libraries. Some of them machine learning libraries, others just libraries for distributed computing. And one of these libraries is RLlib. And my team is focused on developing and maintaining RLlib. And making sure that it works. This is something we're really focusing on right now, make sure that it works with all the other libraries. So you can combine it with ray.tune for hyperparameter tuning, ray.serve for production model serving, and all these things. Also, Arthur, maybe quickly introduce yourself, and Christy.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Arthur. I'm also from Germany. I joined the RLlib team in full time 5 days ago, or 6 maybe, or 10. And right now, my main project is the new replay buffer API. This has been my project for the past 4 months, and I've done some other stuff. But in the next few days, I'll release some additional documentation on that, and this will become my first main contribution, I would say, to the open source project.
Awesome. Christy, also
just quickly. So I'm a developer advocate on the Ray team, and just before this, I was a solutions architect at AWS, and then before that, I was a data scientist doing fraud detection at a bank and a couple other data scientist gigs too. So I'm going to be helping out however I can, documentation probably mainly, and helping out with events. Thanks.
Awesome. Yeah. Christy's been great. It's huge change since you joined, Christy, for like in terms of like doing stuff like this, setting up these meetings and helping us have a bigger outreach to our users. And it's really cool. So okay, since Rinos has to leave soon, I would suggest we do the intro to how to get set up next time when we have more time and maybe more people are there that are interested in this. So what I want to do today is go through Simon's issue. That you posted this morning, right, Simon, or like 8 hours ago? Okay. And I'm going to try to, I haven't never looked at it actually just right now, and I'm going to try to debug this. What I'm going to do is here, I'll go through my work on my Windows machine, which you can see here on the screen. So I have this Windows shell here, and I work normally in PyCharm, which is like the best software that you can use for developing with RLlib, in my opinion. Of course, I'm opinionated here, but I'm going to show you how this works. So I have PyCharm set up already. I'm going to check out the master branch. So again, right now it's basically my fork of the Ray repository that I'm working on. I can create branches, I can push those branches, and then create PRs that will then be merged into the upstream master branch eventually when everything passes and it's reviewed and accepted. So what I'm going to do to fix Simon's issue, or at least start looking at it, I'm going to read through the text here and tune experiment, different revision schemes, CustomMetricsCallbacks, and I'm guessing that you're getting a. So Simon, this is very good. Simon posted a reproduction script. That's the most important thing. Sometimes I don't even read the text here, I just run the script and then already see that there's an error. That's because it's really like a huge life and time saver. I would almost say that we don't really look at issue, or we would ping the author again if this script wasn't there. Because what I can do is I can just click on this copy symbol here in the GitHub issue, and then I'll go back to my development environment. I can, in PyCharm, I can say create a new Scratch file, which is just some file that gets stored in some temporary directory. I copy paste Simon's reproduction script here. Just take a quick look what it looks like. It has an custom exploration component, very cool. That's being used by the policies, by the way. So the policies use these exploration subclasses to apply exploration noise, whatever stochasticity to the normally computed actions by the from the neural network. So there's this here. There's also custom callbacks class, which Simon uses to probably, I don't know, collect some metrics maybe from the episodes. That looks like this. Yes, integrator. Okay. Working with minigrid. That should work. I think I have it installed. Yep. If not, we'll do it. And then it just runs a tune.run with PPO and these components. Okay, makes sense. All right, let me try to run this. This here. And you can see if I right click, let me stop this again. Let me explain this. If I right click the script and I say run Scratch 21, it will just run inside PyCharm in this output window. And I'm curious as to what it does. Maybe Simon, you can comment like what you're expecting, and is there am I expecting some errors or what's going to happen?
So either you get an error at the end,
okay,
or it runs through, but you can't see the metric in TensorBoard if you call TensorBoard.
Got it. Okay. 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 Why is it running 3 trials? Because I have. Okay, so one terminated. Second one is running. Why do I have 3 trials? Because I have like a tune grids. Oh, samples is one. Okay. I'm trying to maybe I can simplify this. No, I don't understand. Why do I have 3 trials? What is causing it to run 3 trials here? Which part of the config? Oh, here, it's grid search. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you're running 3 different exploration configs. Okay.
Exactly. And
okay, so yeah.
So what I actually want to do is I have this metrics callback, and I want to activate this callback, but only if the corresponding exploration is used. And that it turns out to be a little difficult. So I tried a couple of things.
Yeah. Can you comment to the line where you're doing the call? Like you have an episode end, an episode step, and an episode start. Okay. Okay. I see. So you're doing custom exploration.
So this works if you use the out commented version below. If you use below there, this works. No, not this one, the one below, where, yeah, if you use this and comment out the ones above, you're going to see this last time step metrics in the TensorBoard. So that works. But what does not work is if you try to run with a couple of exploration schemes and want to use the metrics only on the custom one.
Yeah, I see. So you have this one. Okay, so right now I'm just using the custom exploration. Is that okay?
Yeah, exactly. If you use that, everything works.
Yeah.
That runs through, and you see the metric. And
then this I don't really need, right? Callbacks I don't really need. So I'm going to set it to CustomMetricsCallbacks, which is your class that you define up here. Got it. Okay. So what I can do, so one trick that's really working well for me is I can say before you run this, you don't have to do this, but you can stay ray.init, which will make Ray find a cluster that's already running, or create a cluster. And there's this flag here called local mode. And if you set this to true, only do this if you want to debug, but it's super useful because it will force Ray to run everything in one process. So no matter whether you have a couple of workers and they're supposed to run on another machine in theory in the cluster, if you set this to true, everything will run on the local process. So Simon already did this. This is great, and this allows me now to do the same thing, but this time I'm going to debug. So I'm going to debug the script, and if I do that, I can actually go into the CustomMetricsCallback class and set a breakpoint here. At the start, I'm going to set one here too, episode step, episode ends, just set a lot of breakpoints. You will see that at some point it should stop now. Yeah, so it gets here, episode start is here. We can see there's the roller worker. How many do we have? Let me just check. We have 0, so that means we really just have the local worker. Using the environment to step through, collect samples. Okay. And now you want to, I guess, okay, you want to do policies, defaults. Yeah, so I have one policy, and I can actually get the expiration method, the expiration component, which is this our custom expiration component. Okay, I'm just going to keep it running. Why is it starting several episodes? Do you have several environments per worker? Oh, you have 4. Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, so each of these workers has 4 environments. That's why it went 4 times through this thing. And now I'm going to, now it's starting to set all these 4 environments in parallel. Okay, I can also do, so it's stopped here now at this environment step callback. One thing I can do in PyCharm in the debugger is I can mark some code and just execute it in shell without stepping further. So I can just play around here and set it's 5, and I can print out 8. Or I can execute some code that's about to be executed and see what the result is, kind of like forward, seeing what's going to happen. Yeah, the expression set is 0. That's kind of weird. Why would it be? Oh, it's a time step. Okay, got it. So the state is only the time step. Okay, that makes sense. It's an integer. Okay. Yeah. So should I just let it run through, Simon, and then see what happens? Is this going to cause an error now with this mode?
What configuration do you use here? No, that should run through. That's fine.
Yeah. But then you don't see something in TensorBoard, or?
No, you also see it then in TensorBoard. But
okay.
If you use the configuration above where it's made conditional on the exploration config, then it somehow doesn't work. I don't know how I can make my choice conditional.
Okay, let's analyze this. What are you? Okay, so you have 3 different exploration settings. Why is this not known? Oh, this was commented out anyway. This was also commented out. And would you see the bug if you just had like a single exploration? If do I have to use all of them, or?
No, you could actually like just use the first one, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
And use for the callbacks this conditional setting, which I tried there.
Custom stochastic sampling.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
And
That's
yeah, I guess it's not, you know, it cannot see or it cannot test on this custom stochastic sampling class where it's making this instance of. It somehow can't test that, and then it's.
Oh, I see. You're using sample from. Actually, I'm not so familiar with that. Yeah, I see what you're doing. Sample from. Okay, and then you give it a lambda spec. I see. Okay. So maybe this is a tune thing that this doesn't work here, right?
It could be a tune thing.
I mean, now that I only have this one here, the custom sampling expiration, maybe I can just do if I get rid of the if block. So I'm assuming that in one of the runs, maybe it doesn't even use the callback. That's why you don't see anything in TensorBoard. Could that be? Okay. I'm not sure I understand. Sorry, I don't think I understand what's so you have custom stochastic sampling config, callbacks, default callbacks. Okay, I'm seeing. Yeah, of course, it's trying to add a list to this multi that doesn't work. Maybe. Okay, let's just. Make this work. Let's try this. Okay, so I'm specifying several. Actually, this is not necessary because the default callbacks is always empty anyway, so you don't really need to make a multi callbacks thing here.
Okay, so I never have to like include them.
The default. So there's another thing you can do. You can go on top of a class and then Control B, and then you go into that class with PyCharm, and you can see they are all empty. All the callbacks on the default one are not implemented. They're all empty.
As always, pass.
Nothing happens, so you don't really have to do that.
All right, I didn't know.
Okay.
But good to know.
Yeah, so it's running now. It should log the custom metrics.
Yeah, I guess so too. What I expect now.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. We can take a look at TensorBoard right now. Once it's running already. Let me take a look. Okay, so it's done. Let me go into the
Ray results.
Yeah, exactly. So if I go to so Ray always or RLlib always logs the results in the user's home directory by default, and there's there should be a Ray results directory. And every time we run anything with Ray, you see this. There's some directory being created. Let me see what's the last one. I think this is the last one. So 510. That's right now. Yes. So that's the one PPO. That's the algorithm we used. And now we have several trials in here. Let's see.
So it should be the mini grid down there.
Exactly this one.
The last one.
34. Yeah, this is the one. Okay. So this is the directory of this particular one that we just did right now. You can see there was a checkpoint created here, checkpoint 3, because probably you have the frequency is set to Okay, it's set to 10, but you do create one at the end. So because it only ran 3 iterations, it did create a single checkpoint at the very end. Okay, we're just gonna copy the directory here. I can go into my shell, or I can just start another shell. And then we just do the directory, and then want to do TensorBoard logdir this very directory, and this should work. Yeah, cool. So let's see what's there. Okay, here we go. So this starts TensorBoard. You're probably familiar with this, and then I go to my browser. Localhost 606 is the port, and I can see everything that RLlib wrote to this events file that always gets generated. Yeah. So I'm assuming, Simon, you're looking for the expiration state, maybe, or something, or?
Yeah, I think you can like search for it at the top of TensorBoard. Just for last time step, where filter tags and then last time step, there should be something.
Yeah, it's always 0. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't leave the 0 value.
Yeah, there it is. Like last time step mean, min, and max.
Yeah,
just 3.
It doesn't change, so that's the problem, right? I guess.
No, I think it's okay that it doesn't change, but because it's like taking I think like an average, or first a max then an average or something like that. So that's fine. It's just like a dummy matrix callback. The problem occurs that this cannot be found if I make the tune experiment with 3 different exploration settings.
Oh, I see.
Because only one setting needs this matrix callback, because only this one gives back the state.
But are you sure? Okay, so one question is, are you sure you're looking in the right? So if you go to PPO here, so for example, this one here, this one I have 3. This one was the first one that I ran with the 3 different trials where Tune was doing the grid search over the different callbacks.
Okay, yeah.
So you have to make sure that you're really in the right directory. And what you could do, so one thing that I sometimes do is I erase everything else. And let me show you this. Let's do this.
Yeah, that was my way to like have all of them in the same TensorBoard. And there I couldn't find it.
Yeah. So this helps me. Then I can just do I can just run TensorBoard in the parent directory. If I cancel TensorBoard here, I go 1 back, right? Okay, no, I still have 5 trials. I'm really just maybe interested in those 3. Let's see what happens now. I just started. Yeah, let's just restart this. Okay. So now I have different trials here. And I should see. So what you're saying is that you didn't. Oh, let me tell you that. Okay. It is there though. See?
Yeah, but what is it? Like, is it really from the triple run?
I believe so, yeah. So if I take these out here, it's the red one. So the red one is from debug callbacks, RLlib agents. I think
it's even one below.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Okay, interesting. You're right. It's not. You're right. It's not from. Okay, that's very interesting. That's an interesting point. Okay. Okay, that's a tough issue. Let's try to. So because we're doing the tune grid search, let's do this again. Let's actually do the tune grid search over the different exploration configs. Let's keep these. This work. So I'm trying to narrow down what to call it. Yeah. I'm trying to avoid this if statement here, which I still don't fully understand. It's getting tight. Okay.
Yeah. So my guess is that Tune chooses one exploration config.
Yeah.
And this config then needs a certain matrix callback.
Mm-hmm. It could be, yeah.
The question is, how can I check for the exploration scheme that is chosen?
Got it. Okay.
And that's actually what I tried to do with this tune sample from, that I can make a Lambda function that checks actually for this.
Yeah. I think
at runtime, somehow it doesn't work. And maybe because the exploration class is not registered with RLlib. It's a custom one that is like given in as a class, and that might be a problem at this point where I want to check for it at runtime.
Got it. So here, of course, this makes sense. So now I got an error, of course, because sometimes we're not using the exploration that you wrote. So we're getting an error here because it's something that's not there for the other. Yeah, makes sense. So, maybe what's a simpler way of doing this, of achieving what you want to do, is instead of saying tune sample from, and then you give it this list of different callbacks, is you just always use the same callbacks, and then you do the choice here. That would be a quick workaround. For example, I could do, let's see, policy. I mean, I could ask the worker config. So the worker has a config, right? And then I could do exploration type. I could do this check here.
Mm-hmm.
A little hacky, but that would probably. I think what we're running into here is right now maybe Tune doesn't do this well on like sub-dictionaries, because exploration components are configured as sub-dictionaries inside the main config, and maybe because we're putting this sample from here. No, it's a callbacks thing. Actually, I'm not sure that makes sense. Then you do a lambda. Actually, I'm sorry, I had never worked with tune sample from, to be completely honest. Let's first check the hack here.
I think the hack will work.
That should work, right? That's okay.
Yeah. It's a good idea.
Yeah. By the way, this is going to get fixed very soon. We're already working on config objects instead of config dictionaries, so you have much more type safety. Actually, you don't need let's take away the defaults one. We're just going to specify this one. We don't need this. We can just do this.
Mm-hmm.
And then here we're going to do default callbacks.
Yeah.
5 more minutes. But yeah, it's generally a little tricky to make sure what's wanted here, especially for these especially for these sub-dictionaries. Yeah, this seems to run now. Let's see. Let's hope. I'm going to move this back here.
Short question: why do you check for the type and the subclass?
Because if this is a string, if this here is a string, like for example, here's stochastic sampling. Then the is subclass will fail. You cannot put a string here. I'm going to show you. If you do, I don't know, dict, this script will fail. Yeah, because the first argument of issubclass must be some type. Yeah, and so if I do like, I don't know, 10 here, it doesn't work. Right?
Okay, gotcha.
So I have to make sure it's a type. So if I say
okay, yeah,
type, and then I give it some dictionary, then it's okay. Yeah, this should.
All right. Otherwise, it's an error and not a false. Okay.
Here, maybe it never goes here. I'll just put it right down here. Let's see what happens. Oh, of course, because it's not an instance, it's a subclass. All right, that makes sense? Yeah. Because you're specifying the type, you don't specify the actual object. Right? So I think your if statement already is, let's see. Yeah, so it's here now, okay. Let me run this.
And it doesn't work with this instance.
No, because you're so in your exploration config.
Yeah.
So you're specifying a type, and a type is always just a subclass of type, Python type. Oh, here we go. Here's there. Now work. Okay, it did work.
It did work.
Yeah, it did work. So I have 3 trials now, and the orange one is the one that logged me the last time study. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So it does actually work with checking for subclass.
Yes. And I think that your error was to use this subclass on the type. Maybe it failed and tune didn't tell you that there was a problem with the lambda function. That could be right.
Back. Yeah, I think it's actually like the error was I was checking for is instance instead of like is subclass.
Exactly, and this should fail then for some of the trials, right?
Yeah.
But maybe it failed without telling you that it just ignored the failure when it executed the lambda function. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be like that. You just have like an error text in your trial folder.
Yeah, possible. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Cool.
Yeah, nice that you solved it.
Yeah. Good help. Thanks. This was interesting actually.
Because it's actually a nice use case. Because you want to have like some different trials with algorithms with different explorations or evaluation schemes and like that you can like manage it.
Yeah, and you also want to have dependencies. I never did this actually, to have a dependency between the different tune conditions. You have a grid search, and then there's another config key that's dependent on the value of the grid search.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I never did that. That's interesting. I gotta explore this a little bit. I learned a lot today. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, cool. We're at time. I guess everyone.
Cool. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, of course. Thanks.
Helping you a lot.